Hello guys, welcome to a new tips video. Today I want to talk about the best way to duplicate an animation. So here is an animation of these three apples. Of course it's just one object. There's these eyes parented to the object. It's not the same object. And then I duplicated this object to this one, apple 2 and apple 3. Each one has its own animation. It's different place in space. There is a difference also in size. So this one, as you can see, is shorter than this one. This one also is a little bit different. The camera has its own movement. It's not static. It moves a little bit to the left and then to the right. There is this grease pencil rectangle that I attach to the camera, so wherever the camera moves, this rectangle moves with it. I place this so that I know where to put the apples, because I want to add some text later. So this is the setup I want to duplicate into other objects, other fruits and vegetables. So after thinking a little bit, I discovered that the fastest way is to add my three objects, my three apples, to a collection. And then what you need to do is to duplicate the collection. So I've already made a lot of fruits here. Bell peppers, cauliflower, carrots. We have grapes here, we have dates. And now I want to add a potato. Let's right click the apples collection and hit duplicate collection. Let's name the folder potato. And then let's rename these apples. The next thing is to go to potato number 2 and delete all these layers here. Make sure you are in object mode, because if you are, for example, if you select this one and you are in edit mode and you think that you are selecting this guy and deleting the layers, no, you are not selecting this guy, you are still here. And if you delete these layers, you will delete the layers of this guy here. So make sure you are in object mode, select the second apple and hit the minus sign here to delete all the layers. We do the same for potato number 3. So here we are in frame number 1. So we have a stem layer, we have a lines layer, we have a shading layer that is masked with the fill layer. A potato has no stem, so just delete this layer. For the lines, I want to create the lines in a separate layer and then delete this one. So let's add a layer. We go to the shading layer, let's go to edit mode, let's enable overlays. A to select everything, XD, and then go to the fills. A again, select everything, and then XD to remove all the points. Now we go to our new layer and we start drawing our potato. So we go to draw mode, select the draw tool here, select one of these here and change the stroke for a solid stroke. I kept these lines as a guide so that I don't make a very big potato or very small potato, but a potato similar in size to my apple. And the apple actually was the first fruit I drew of all these, and I kept it as a guide. Every fruit I drew in reference to this apple, and I don't make like the second fruit a guide for the third fruit and the third fruit a guide for the fourth fruit, because that's a way to deviate from the size. So every object will have a deviation from the previous object. If you do it like 10 times or 20 times, and if you compare your first object with the 20th object, you will see a very big difference. That's why every new object I drew relative to the first object I drew, you see, if we unhide these objects, they are all similar in size. Sorry for the lengthy explanation, I didn't know how to express myself, but I hope that you get the idea. So let's draw our potato. I have a reference image here. Yeah, there are a lot of size and shapes for potatoes. There are even round potatoes, relatively round. So here we have a lot of freedom in drawing the shape of the potato. Let's just draw a long potato and make it a little bit longer than an apple to compensate for the smaller width of the potato. Very nice, I like this potato. Let's go to edit mode, let's select it, let's enable curve editing. Select one of the edge points and hit F to close the gap. Let's delete some points. So and let's edit this shape. So I kept these lines of the apple for two reasons: to draw a shape similar in size, and the second reason is to have the same width of the line. I'll move it a little bit in the x-axis so that the eyes are in the center. Control L to select every point, and then GX and move it a little bit here. Now let's disable overlays while selecting all the points. So I want it to be as thick as the thickest part of the line of the apple. Alt S, and now I can delete the lines layer and rename my layer here lines. Let's enable overlays again and play again with the width of the line for individual points. So disable curve editing, go to draw mode, select the fill layer and a solid fill, select vertex color, and then I like this. Let's hide the eyes, and now we can go to the shading panel, and here we can draw some shades. So here is our potato, and now all that we have to do is to duplicate these layers to our two other objects. So we have our layers here, only 3 layers. So what we do is select the first object, our potato, and then we shift and then select the third potato here. So we have these 3 selected and this one active. We go to the layers panel here, we hit this arrow and go to copy all layers to selected. Presto, et voila, only the masking wasn't copied. So we select the shading layer, we activate the masking, and then we go here plus and we select the fills layer. We do the same for the other one, shading selected, enable masking, hit the plus, make the fills layer a mask. The eyes are hidden, so unhide the eyes. And now go to camera view, 0 on the numpad. Let's test our animation. So here we have our 3 potatoes animating. Everything is right, the sound is right, it's syncing rightly, the eyes are right, the camera movements are right, the potatoes are hidden and then come from their hiding place. Nothing is lurking in the sides of the screen before they show up. So yeah, this was a very easy way to duplicate an animation from a set of objects to another set of objects. I hope this will be helpful in some of your projects. If you want to support the channel, please check my Gumroad and buy some files from there. A lot of tutorials on this channel, so check them out, and of course subscribe and leave a like, and see you later. For myself, I'm going to draw more fruits and vegetables. Peace.